It's time for the Twilight Saga movie reviews. Starting with Twilight. Okay, so here's the setup. Future Batman, one of Charlie's Angels, and Shark Boy walk into a temperate rainforest. I used to be really scared of vampires as a kid, and then when I was 10 I watched this movie full of hot vampires, and my fear went away faster than Edward Cullen running in the forest. I love the scene where Edward sees Bella for the first time and he looks like he's about to puke. Why did Edward think that his skin glittering would be the deal breaker for Bella and not the sucking of human blood? Robert Pattinson owes me millions in therapy bills because I'm forever scarred by the way he said,
"You better hold on tight, spider monkey."
Literally, no matter how hard anyone tries, no lines will ever surpass the sheer hilarity of,
"Is she even Italian?"
Her name is Bella.
The vampire mom when Bella goes to their house. Would you like some paspaghetti? I've got 99 problems with this movie, but the supermassive black hole baseball scene ain't one. That 2-minute vampire baseball scene is greater than any sports movie ever made, including Rocky. Baseball sequence leading into the climax of the film is some of the most fun and outrageous narratology ever. It's like if the beach episode in an anime simultaneously introduced the climax of the show. Brilliant! A Twitter mutual asked, "Do you think Carlisle could taste the flu in Edward's blood?" halfway through, and that is by far the hardest I've ever laughed while watching this film. It's the 2-finger sit-down for me. Emmett, care to share your boiled eggs? What were they thinking when they gave Taylor Lautner long hair? After not watching this for a few months, I was excited to rewatch it. Unfortunately, my excitement died out as soon as I saw Bella pick up that celery. I do not condone bullying, but if someone started picking on Bella for how she held her celery, I would look the other way. They won the golden onion. Maybe romance isn't dead. Edward Cullen is 104 years in this? Gilf. The most outrageous part of this series is how Bella treats her father. Hashtag justice for Charlie. Nothing like showing up to prom with Converse on one foot, a foot brace on the other, and a vampire boyfriend on your arm. All the not like other girls girlies try to be like Miss Bella Swan, but they just can't get there. The fake-out bite turn neck kiss during the prom scene is the romantic blueprint. Disclaimer, I was going to make up a review in my voice circa 2008, but I found my literal real review from November 22nd, 2008.
OMG. Last night I saw Twilight at Greer's surprise birthday party. I haven't even read the books and I thought the movie was completely and totally amazing. The guy who plays Edward Cullen is hot. OMG, he's perfect. In the movie he's part of a family of vampires and he's adorable. I loved that movie. It was kind of scary in the mirror scene though. James, the bad vampire, tried to eat Bella, the girl Edward loves, and it was just freaky. But the movie was hilarious and romantic and perfect. I am in love with Edward Cullen. He's not even real, and he's a vampire. Well, whatever. I'm totally seeing that movie a second time, and a third, and a fourth, and a 100th. Gosh, I love that movie. It was so good. It's the best movie I've seen since High School Musical 3. It's better than High School Musical 3. I wanted to read the book before I saw the movie, but I didn't get the chance to, so my mom's out grocery shopping, and she's going to the bookstore to get Twilight. I am totally reading that whole series. It seems really good. If the book is as good as the movie, then it's wonderful. I cannot wait to read the series. Bye!
Why isn't this labeled as comedy? This movie was hilarious. New Moon. Melodrama, depression, plus abs, equals New Moon. Honestly, Bella is so annoying. Like, why does every boy fancy her? I like how she cries so dramatically that her dad is like, "Stop living here, please." No one can read Bella's mind because she doesn't think. These movies are just straight up great. What teen hasn't fantasized about interrupting an arcane suicide ceremony as a way of processing a breakup? 2.5 stars for the window scene, and the window scene only. Take yourself. I'm Edward telling Bella how much he wishes he could kill himself in the middle of English class. Is there any trope better than English class studying the exact thing the movie is going to be about? Your girlfriend is bleeding profusely from a paper cut, and you decided to yeet her across the room? Also, my sister and I have been quoting,
"Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca?"
for like 6 hours. Bella Swan gets her head cracked open and wrists slit open like every 5 minutes and is fine, but gets rushed to the hospital in the first one because a car almost hit her. That's why I love this movie. Adrenaline junkie Bella. Bella falling on the forest floor and staying there instead of getting up because Edward dumped her. Bella sitting on that damn chair for 3 months. Bella jumping off of a cliff and riding motorbikes to feel something and see Edward, and don't even get me started on Edward exposing his sparkly self in Italy because he wants to die. This movie is just pure depression and drama, and I love it. The weirdest thing about Edward, apart from being a vampire, is the fact he's trying to fit in as an 18-year-old and yet feels inclined to drive around in a new Volvo 4x4 like a soccer mom. Listen, I'm Team Edward, but at the end when Bella said, "Don't make me choose because it will be Edward and it'll always be him," and then Jacob transforms into a wolf and a tear is streaming down his cute face, I wanted to die. Face Punch is still the best worst made-up film name I've ever come across in a movie. Do you guys remember that interview where Anna Kendrick literally said she forgot she was in the Twilight movies? I feel like that speaks for itself. I will give $100 to anyone who can show me the difference between the werewolves from Twilight and literally any high school jock who has ever lived. Yeah, Bella might have been in love with both Edward and Jacob, but who was she emailing the entire time about how her life was going despite not getting a response? Alice, who gifted Bella her dress for her birthday. Alice, who was always out there to support Bella. Alice, who stormed to Bella's house after she went cliff jumping because she thought Bella was going to kill herself. Alice. Worst book/movie in the franchise. Jacob is a toxic, angry mess who can't accept that Bella's not interested. The narrative structure is a disaster, but none of that matters because it gave us the 21st century musical masterpiece that is Rosalind by Bon Iver and St. Vincent. Eclipse. When Bella punched Jacob in the face and it didn't do anything and she broke her hand, that's a metaphor for me inflicting the pain of watching these godforsaken films when literally no one is making me but my own self. Sorry, but the fact that Jacob can't take no for an answer is a bit alarming. How many times does she have to say she's into someone else? Jacob, put a shirt on challenge. If Edward really cared about Bella, he would have boiled himself like a lobster to warm her up. Me to Edward and Jacob in that one scene. Kiss, 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 kiss. What's up with the entire wolf pack wearing jorts? My head exploded when I realized that Jasper played Sokka in Avatar: The Last Airbender, also known as the worst movie ever made. I guess this poor guy is attracted to being in trash films. Watch this while having an MRI and you don't understand how hard it is to sit still while Jasper says,
"Battle scars."
Victoria being recast is my villain origin story. When I was younger, I thought that the Volturi and Voltaire were the same thing, so while studying the French Revolution in school, I was a bit confused. Rosalie killing her abusers one by one while wearing a wedding dress because she was a little dramatic back then, is my sexuality. Kristen's wig's in this. I'd rather be bald. Please, how do the people of Forks not know the Cullens are vampires when they walk around 24/7 looking like... Get you a dad who smooths things out between your boyfriend and your other boyfriend. Bella was so ready for immortality and to get turned into a vampire, but once Edward asks her to marry him, she's suddenly afraid of commitment. The Cullens were super rich, and Edward still got Bella that ugly ring. Heirloom or not. Breaking Dawn Part 1. Tig yourself, I'm the cleaning lady screaming at Edward and pronouncing death upon Bella on their honeymoon. Imagine getting married, losing your virginity, delivering a vampire baby, dying, then becoming a vampire within 3 weeks. Why were you guys watching movies about sex and the ethics of abortion at 12 years old? Edward Cullen, a feminist, abuser murdering, pro-choice king. The change in tone from Bella telling Jacob her horrible baby name ideas to her back graphically breaking and everyone losing their mind while people start eating placentas is just top 10 anime twists of all time. When Bella's ribcage blew up like a balloon, I burst out in laughter. Blood sippy cup. Bella in the first movie and book faints at the first sight of blood. Bella in this one goes around drinking blood with a straw. This is character development. Hear me out on this. If a Tim Burton character were pregnant, it'd be Bella. She meets all the requirements, skinny to the bone, and looks like a literal corpse. Yes, we've all acknowledged how awful the name Renesmee is, but if the evil CGI baby had been a boy, Bella was planning to name him after the 2 dudes she was in a love triangle with. Did he perform a C-section with his teeth? What is happening? How did this series go from, I like the mysterious boy at school, to, my husband is eating my baby? If I am killed by my vampire baby, do not prosecute her, because she caught me slipping. That is on me. Jacob sees Renesmee. It's like gravity. Your whole center shifts. Suddenly, it's not the earth holding you here. You would do anything, be anything she needs. Renesmee. Goo goo gaga. God damn it, movie. Why you gotta ruin yourself like this at the last minute? Like, I was surprisingly on board with the Twilight Saga pregnancy drama, as boring as it got, but then it goes, by the way, Jacob's in love with a baby now, and I feel like I'm going insane. If I was in Jacob's pack and couldn't kill the baby because Jacob imprinted on her, I would simply kill Jacob instead, because... what the hell? You're seriously telling me that the biology of becoming a vampire includes suddenly wearing eyeshadow? Most unrealistic bit. Breaking Dawn, Part 2. I watched all 5 of these today. Main criticism is that there are no other monsters beyond vampire and werewolf. A ghost, a Frankenstein, even a humble goblin would have been nice. Maybe the woman vampire could have had a brief love triangle with the man vampire and some kind of talking pumpkin. Alas. What I learned from these movies: abandon your friends when you get a high school crush, play with the emotions of someone you know cares about you a lot, abandon your parents for your high school sweetheart that you've barely known for a year, and if you don't have a friend with future sight, your problems can't be solved. Straight line, dashed line, iconic line.
You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster?!
Yes, this is a Christmas movie. The Volturi learn that the Cullens have a vampire baby in the first act, and proceed to sit around for the entire second act, knowingly allowing the Vampire Avengers to assemble for nothing but the sheer drama of it all. When she yeeted the child into the fire, I wheezed. CGI baby, CGI baby, CGI baby, CGI baby. That kid was so photoshopped, I can't breathe. If you don't get joy from seeing Arrow's creepy laugh when he interacts with Renesmee, then I believe you are dead inside. Say what you want about Twilight, but that fight scene is legitimately amazing. Bill Condon, after being asked why he made a quarter of this movie a fight scene that didn't actually happen.
Honestly, I don't remember. I was probably fucked up. I was crazy back then.
Best part is when Bella finds out Jacob imprinted on her daughter and then proceeds to grab him by the scruff of his neck and throw him out like a dog. He was a dog, she was a baby. Can I make it any more obvious? I had an amazing time watching this. Bella attacking a mountain lion, Nessie, Jacob explaining things to Charlie by undressing in front of him, arm wrestling, Lee Pace vampire, terrifying baby, multiple beheadings. Jacob must be imprisoned. I cried at the end. Who made the decision to play an Ellie Goulding song during the credits? Because I saw this for the first time at a midnight screening in a theater full of teens that, when the movie ended, were either crying or nearly catatonic. I was crying, holding my friends' hands. We were all crying as if a family member had died. And then Bittersweet by Ellie Goulding starts playing. A bop. Yes, a bop. But it wasn't time for a bop. It was not time for a bop. I know this might not make sense, but this saga is simultaneously the best and worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm obsessed.